Hey there folks, and welcome back for another head shaving video. And today we're going to do that with Catie's Bubbles Tonsorium, which is a wonderful soap, and we're going to use the Headblade to get a quick head shave in. The soap is wonderful. It's described as a familiar fougere topped with citrus, and it is that great scent strength, probably 7 to 7.5. It is a great performer. Catie's Bubbles is one of those artisans, and probably one of the few, in my opinion, that when you get a new formula, or he makes a new formula, you can expect an improvement that you can actually discern. In some cases, quite frankly, I think when artisans reformulate, it's nearly a bunch of bull jobs because you can't even tell there's an improvement. With some, I'm not saying most, I'm not saying all, I'm saying with some, but Catie's Bubbles in particular is one where if he reformulates, it's probably worth your while to check it out, or at least buy the new, if he comes out with a new scent, buy it in the new formula and you can compare it to the old. I'm usually able to tell. In a number of other soap makers, I can't tell when they formulate from one to the next. They're all pretty good. That's not to say their soap isn't good. It's just saying that, hey, I can't tell a heck of a lot of difference in the new formulation. So maybe that's not the best bang for your buck, and sure isn't for me anyway. All right, let me wet the dome. We'll get back and get started with the Headblade and Catie's Bubbles Tonsorium. Stay tuned. All right, and here we go with our Catie's Bubbles Tonsorium, which again, great soap. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I do consider Chris Cullen to be a friend, and take that into consideration when I talk about this soap. I would not mislead you. However, he is a friend of mine. We don't talk every day, don't get me wrong. We're not best buds, but I have met him personally a couple of times, and I do consider him to be a friend. But that said, I just think his soaps are great, and I thought they were great before I ever met him or we ever talked very much. He tends to stay out of controversy. He just does things the way he likes to do it. He's not particularly flashy about the way he does things, which I like. Just a really strong soap maker, and if you haven't tried the brand, I suggest you do. I think it is well worth your time. Now, as to the Headblade, which you're seeing here, and I've referenced this before, where it shines, in my point of view, is in speed if you are in a hurry. As you can see, it just rolls along the dome, and it's very easy to keep track of where you're going and where you've been and all the rest of it. You switch hands. Again, watch the ears when you're using it. You can cut yourself. But the ease of use, I think, is where it shines. And the fact that it's close to your head versus a traditional razor handle like this, I don't know, I think it gives you a little more control, or at least it feels like it. The blades, I don't know if they're remarkable. They're, cart blades, but it does a great job. That I can tell you. And so usually when I need a quicker head shave, when I'm not babbling, this is what I'll go to. And even on days that I don't need a quick head shave, I want a little more control. I want a different, just sort of a different experience. Headblade is the way to go. This one happens to be the Moto version, which I like a lot. All right, there was a quick first pass. Stay tuned. We'll come back for pass 2. All right, here we go. Pass number 2, the soap performed very, very well, which is, that's par for the course for Catie's Bubbles. You're not going to get a crappy soap. Years ago, I would hear people talk about, oh, they're too gummy and all that, and in my experience, the gumminess came as a result, and this is just me talking, because I screwed a Catie's Bubbles up soap myself, so take this from my experience. I'm not saying other people are doing this. 1, the soap is left out in a mailbox in the hot sun, it will melt and it will become gummy. And 2, you bloom or put water in the container, which leads it to become gummy as well. Since I stopped doing both of those things to the greatest degree possible, and I certainly don't bloom, you know how I feel about that. If you're going to bloom, Again, scoop it out, put it in a bowl, and then you can put some water on it and bloom it and all the rest. And you're safe. Since I stopped doing those things, and I was once a bloomer, I have not had any gummy Catie's Bubbles. So, now that is not to say, I'm not saying that no one else did when they claimed they did. I'm just saying in my case, I haven't had any problems since, and I probably own, I don't know, at least 25 Catie's Bubble soaps. None of them are gummy. Back in the days of Bloom, some of them were gummy, and I created the problem. And I should say that Chris Cullen told people when the blooming craze took off not to bloom them in the container because they would get gummy, and people did it anyway, and the result was a gummy soap, just as he had predicted. So just keep that in mind. If you want to be 100% safe, scoop a little bit out. I use a cosmetic scooper like this. Scoop it out, put it in your bowl, and then you can bloom until the cows come home. You're not going to hurt a thing. And in my opinion, based on my own experience, it will prolong the life of your soap. And who can argue with that? No one. Because getting that water in there over time, I just think it has an adverse effect on your soap. If you put water in anything that it's not, water will cut through rocks. If it runs over long enough, water will have an effect on just almost anything over time. So please keep that in mind. And there is pass number 2. We'll do a final touch-up pass. After I rinse the dome, that is. Stay tuned. All right, here we are back. Third and final pass on the dome, and the soap has performed beautifully, as expected, as has the razor, quite frankly. Very happy with both. Happy to be getting this head shave on a Saturday morning. And of course, happen to be spending a little time with you beautiful people who watch. I don't have the viewers I used to have on iLather, but that's okay. I know the ones of you who are here are serious about it. So thank those of you who have come over from iLather.com. And if you haven't, please hit the subscribe channel here. I don't have nearly the subscribers I used to have. Some of it may be due to the political content. Folks don't like it. I respect that if you don't like it. I'm going to still do it, however. It has never been the most important thing for me to have tons of viewers. I don't generally pay attention to that because I realize the ones who are watching are riding along with me, and those are the folks I need to, spend my attention on, and that is okay with me. So thanks if you're with me. I really do appreciate it. And by the way, there'll be a giveaway announced tomorrow. So you're going to want to come back for that during the shaving video tomorrow. All right, I think we have done a pretty doggone good job here. Let's feel, it feels wonderful. All right, let me rinse it down. We'll come back and do the post. Stay tuned. All right, and here we are, back with the magic made by Thayer's Witch Hazel. We will apply it to the dome before the aftershave, as always. That feels very nice. Works great as a toner. Helps with nicks, cuts, scrapes, and all the rest. The soap today was Catie's Bubbles Tonsorial. Fantastic, a unique scent. It is citrusy. It almost has a slight little floral hint to it. It's not granny floral, but it's got a little floral in there, and it just comes together beautifully, in my opinion. Great soap. The brush was Razor Rock Big Bruise. The razor was the Headblade Moto, which you see here. And it does a great job. Again, if you want to get a quick head shave, I like this a lot. You can zip through it in just a few minutes. Just make sure you're careful around your ears. And in fact, always be careful when you use a sharp object anyway. All right, today we're going to use the same thing we used for our face shaving video this morning, which is the Razor Rock Blue Barbershop, which is really nice scent. Thank you. The inspector for Nicola had given me that as a gift when I was up in New Jersey. So thank you, Inspector, and Laura, in fact. Wonderful people. And it smells fantastic. I'm smelling good, feeling good, and we'll get this Saturday morning underway. Thanks, everybody, once again for joining me. Don't forget to join tomorrow because we will announce another giveaway. Until then, let's help the entire world shape great once again.